Good morning and welcome to the My Tarot morning reflection. And I made sure to, I had started the wrong one. But I figured that out real quick. So, good morning, Jeannie. Good morning, Karina and Angela and the universe and the trees and the birds and all that stuff. Oh, man. So, I hope everybody had that amazing day yesterday. My day was pretty good. So, what are we doing here today? Once again, listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. Maybe we're going to kind of check in with the universe. See if we have any angers or resentments, or if the universe has any tips or tricks for us today, so that if we focus on it during our meditations. Notice I said meditations because I always encourage meditation. But if we can go into ourselves during meditation, maybe we can listen to that little voice in the back of our head that we sometimes ignore. And the moment we go, it's like, I should have listened to that voice. That's why I always say the tarot's like the universe holding up a mirror and asking us, what do we see? And it's using the tarot that we can see that reflection. So, again, listening to the cards. Taking that breath. Then it reminds us, our feet flat on the floor, or our butts doing that kitty dance to get comfortable in our seats. Where's our shoulder meter at? Noticing that when we breathe out, that our shoulders actually have a tendency to go down. And then relaxing our neck. And as I like to point out, all we're doing is we're checking in with the elements. The feet, they're the earth. They're firm on the ground. Then we have our butts doing the kitty dance. Well, that's our passion. That's our fire. That's our energy. So that's fire. And then we take a breath, and that's our chest. That's water. That's our spirituality and our emotions and feelings. And then we do our neck, and that is air. That's our head, where we're doing our thoughts, our feelings, and sometimes our anxieties. So what does the universe have for us today? It's interesting. I was actually thinking, it's like, so I do these classes, and I got a bunch of classes coming up to teach. But I think what I would love to do is like a 4-hour class. And I'm trying to figure out how to do it. But if you can, imagine if you will. But no, 2 hours, then maybe like a food break, a lunch break or something, then 2 more hours. Because when I do 2 hours by itself, I'm trying to pack a lot of stuff in, or if I do, I'm going to do 3 sessions, court card, majors court card, minors court cards, but still they're going to be like, by the time it's done, it's going to be, a few months apart for each one. And I would like to actually teach the tarot, like just spend like 4 hours where it's relaxed, and we can go through the whole thing and then practice afterwards. So I just wanted to bring that out to the universe because I was thinking about that today. And once you say something, it becomes real. It's no longer just thought. So here we are. And I am going to make our 3 stacks. I know, I really do like that idea. I'm just not, I'm kind of lazy. I get invited to teach. And so it's like at the places it's already set up, but I'm not sure how to arrange something like that. I've done classes in a library, and I've organized, events at people's houses for meetups. But I've never formalized and say, you know what? Let's do a 4-hour one. But I think that that would be a good way to include everything and then be able to ask and do questions. So here we are with our 3 stacks. Each one is like a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And F, we believe in the multiverse. It's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will go down one path. This stack will go down another, and this stack right here is a whole different conversation and would go down a whole different direction. So I'm going to take our top stack here, which I like to think of as things that are right in front of us and we don't even see it. So I'm going to do our 3 and 1. And flipping each card over one at a time, like we're reading the pages of a book. Our first card is the 3 of Cups, which is 3s are about growth. 3s are about moving forward. Like I like to say, you know, an arrow has got 3 points on the arrowhead, right? Because it's, you know, one, when you have it, the Ace of Cups, it's a seed, it's an idea, it's something that's going to grow. And 2, we make our choices on what we want to do with that seed. And then 3, here we can see these people celebrating, because cups are what? Our spirituality, our emotions, and our feelings. It's almost as if moving forward with the idea of getting together to teach tarot. It's like, huzzah, you know, or something that we have this spiritual idea. And it could just be as spiritual as, you know what, I think I'm going to go visit a friend in the hospital. Because keep in mind that the minors are just day-to-day cards, right? It's the majors that are the destiny cards. But this is a card that helps us to reflect on the moment. And, you know, what we do today is where we end up tomorrow, right? Then we have the 5 of Wands. Or, as I like to call it, Thanksgiving at my parents' house. So when we get to 5s, you know, 3, we talk about growth. 4 is like 4 legs on a table, you know, and that's stable. And then somebody's always got to throw a wrench in there. Somebody's got to have... So wands are our fire, our energy, our creativity, our passions. It's our actions. You know, it's where we try and get our points across. So we have this great idea with all this good intent, but but then how do we actually enact it? And sometimes people will throw a wrench in there, have their own opinions. Sometimes we are overzealous about something. But the thing is about what the universe is kind of reflecting here is that what is it that we have a desire for? And then something throws a wrench in there, and something that's supposed to be enjoyable. You know, remember the old saying, you know, it's like you see it on TV from the 1950s. We're going to have this family dinner and we're going to enjoy ourselves if I have to kill everybody. You know, it's one of those things where, what movie was that? It's just one of those things where sometimes our expectations are bigger than reality. But let's see what the next card is. Then we have the King of Wands. Court cards, could be you, could be me, could be somebody around us. Not male or female, it's masculine energy, feminine energy. And wands, again, are our passions, are our, you know, the things that we enjoy. It's our actions. So this is about, I mean, the king is looking at this discussion, but the king has stepped away because the king is the element of air. Kings are about their thoughts, ideas. They see things clearly. This is us when we're trying to see things clearly. And so if we don't get control of our passions, if we don't get control of a situation and realize we can't control people, we can't control places, we can't control things, then we'll just say, screw it, I'm not doing it then. I mean, we had this lovely idea, and then we say, screw it, I'll show them. You know? And the moment you say, I'll show them, who usually gets hurt, right? And again, these are our minors. So don't think of this as a big giant thing. Think of this thing that irritates us. It's like we plan a trip. You plan a trip, but you can't, you can't plan the weather report, right? You plan a trip, things don't go our way. You want to do a project, things don't go our way. You want to get together with the girls for a girls' night out, and then somebody's not going to show up, or somebody's only wants, they bring their new boyfriend or new girlfriend, and then how do we end up feeling? So before we flip over the advice card, this is just a reflection of what do people do to irritate us. We just want to enjoy this movie. It's a passion. I've been wanting to watch it for a while, and the people around me just don't respect it. And it's like they're chewing and they're talking and they're doing this. I want to find time to write, and yet my partner's saying, "But you haven't vacuumed yet. This house is a mess. What are you doing writing when this house is a mess?" Well, as the King of Wands might say, well, before I can write, I should actually do what I promised to do. Because the King's going to see that logically, right? So let's flip over the advice card. Oh, man. It's about justice. And look at this. See that sword? Swords are the element of air. Swords are our thoughts, our ideas, right? And this justice is not blind. This justice weighs things. It sees things for the way it really is. So today, it's kind of like owning up to our own feelings and seeing our part in it. Yes, we want to do our passion. Yes, I want to be 5 years old and I want to go stamp in the mud puddle, and then I'm going to throw a tantrum because I can't, because, my adult self is watching me. So today, when something gets, something tries to interrupt our day, we really want to do something, and then in come these four other guys with a stick. What do we need to do to see things clearly, see beyond, what I want? Because a lot of times this is, we want what we want when we want it. And then here's the universe. But it's okay. We will do our passion at our project. We just need to not get obsessed about it or overwhelmed or force the issue. Today's about not forcing the issue. The King of Wands will do a brilliant job at whatever it is that we love, right? This is the King of Wands. He's the king of passion. He's the king of action and getting things done. He knows about that. And justice is just saying, keep a clear head. If I need to clean the house first before I can sit down and do what I want to do, that's okay. That's the right thing. Then I can be the King of Wands and say, now watch what I create. So today, prepare yourself so you can say, now watch what I create, because I've taken care of everything else. You know what? This could also be just watching the news, right? Because that'll disrupt our ideas here. Don't let things disrupt our passion and what we want to create and our spiritual selves. Just see things clearly for what they are. Designate time in the appropriate place. And with that, though, I hope everybody has that amazing, amazing day. I'm actually thinking about doing that. I know there's enough local people that might be interested. I may contact a friend of mine who has a large space in her house. Maybe it would be nice to do something like that in a house. Maybe have like 5 to 10 people. So with that, see, there's my little passion thing. Take care, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in